Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to the new co-working space here in Kala. I'm with another digital nomad and we'll interview him. So, good afternoon. Tell us something about yourself.
Hey,
Your name
so
first.
my name is Taz. Just here to see this new co-working space. There was a big buzz about it, and it's so busy. Like you literally cannot sit anywhere. Looks pretty awesome. Been in Chiang Mai for since June,
Okay.
full time. I came last year for the first time. So this is my second time in Chiang Mai, and I fell in love instantly. I came in January for an event. It's called Nomad Summit. Not sure if you know about it or not, but check it out on Google anyway. And so yeah, I came in January and I just absolutely fell in love with the city. And I knew instantly from the moment I landed from the plane that this place is special and that I'll be back. And I've been all around the Western Europe. I'm a well-traveled guy, but like I never really had that feeling. Even not even my favorite country in the world, which is Spain.
Okay.
But when I came to Chiang Mai, I just had that feeling day one. I was like, wow, like I didn't feel like I'm in Bangkok, didn't feel like I had anywhere else in Thailand, but just Chiang Mai. It just has the right mix of the small city feel, the nice, warm, genuine
Internet,
people.
Of course.
Insane internet. AIS, I'm on AIS Super Wi-Fi. I'm sure you know of it. They are incredible. You can get like crazy packages that go like 100 megabytes and stuff. The internet is insane. And like if you're from the States or whatever and you come over here, you will be surprised how fast the internet is. Because surprisingly enough, the internet in the US is actually not that good and it's way more expensive. So the internet here is fantastic. Unfortunately, we have to deal with the airplane from time to time, especially if you live in Niman, which is like the cool hip place with all the cool kids stay. But that's why I left Niman, because this was like a reality every day 6 a.m. That was just like whoop, planes. So yeah.
So thank you very much for that lovely introduction, Taz. You are working, so your work is kind of location independent. Can you tell us what a typical day would be for you?
Sure. So my days are not any kind of days. My days can be nights and my nights can be days. I'm basically
that.
kind of on call. Yeah. There's no such thing as weekends. And depending on what the project is or what the client wants, I can also be a lot more involved or not very involved. So a job or a project can take me like 3 hours, or it can take me 6 days, and there will be like back and forth with, the other parties that are involved and so on. But there's no real typical day. Sometimes I feel like working at home. Sometimes I go to a cafe and work. Sometimes I meet up with friends and we all work together. And it depends on the day, on the mood, on the air quality. Unfortunately, something we have to deal with as well. And how I feel.
Okay, great. So, what is it about the digital nomad lifestyle that appeals to you?
Well, we're having like a programming background and so on. Naturally, my work doesn't really require being in the office. Like I could, work remotely because there's GitHub, there's Slack, and like all different ways you can communicate with others working on the same project.
Mm-hmm.
So like I've always worked alone. Like I've just programmers usually will work alone.
Mm-hmm.
And then I came to the Nomad Summit last January, and I was like, that was the first time That was the first time I traveled kind of like outside of the West and Europe and so on. It was my first time in Asia. So I was slightly scared. I was like, okay, we'll come for 2 weeks. And it was like a scouting trip. And it was also giving me a chance to go to the Nomad Summit and see what the people out here are doing, what Johnny FD and his team are doing and Hatland. And the talks were very inspirational. And it gave a lot of ideas as to what other people are doing. So I went back home and I was like, yeah, holy crap, I am so coming out here. And like immediately I started liquidating all my stuff, thinking ahead, and thinking, okay, exactly what I'm going to do. And then I just booked a one-way ticket in June, and that's it. I want to leave in April, but there were some complications in the way, liquidating, stuff and getting out of contracts and going to my government and changing my residency status and all the legal obligations and a lot of boring bureaucracy I'm not going to bore you with. But basically, I did it right. I made sure that everything was in place, so I don't get in any problems out here, especially with like stuff like bank cards. So bad, especially with like I can't see it, bank cards and so on. I made sure like I got all my banking sorted and everything, because people come out here and then they get stuck. They put their cards in ATM and then the machine will swallow the card and then they're screwed, right? They have no access to their funds. So I've learned from like all other people's mistakes by going through online in the forums and Facebook groups and so on. And I said everything right. I left no stone unturned. Everything was planned for as much as can possibly be. And then I came out in June.
Okay, so last question.
Sure.
Are there any tips or advice that you'd like to give to people who would like to pursue this kind of lifestyle?
Yes, there is one. And it's not very popular and it's very counterintuitive, but I'm going to say it anyway because I think it needs to be said. Don't come out here thinking you're going to be a millionaire with $3 in your pocket and you're going to live on a $300 monthly budget. It's just not going to happen. I don't care what popular YouTuber and hipster is going to tell you on the internet, and it's not a good idea. One, either develop a presence online and get some sort of continuous, consistent income going first before you leave your country and come out here. Or two, have a rough idea of what exactly you want to be doing and have some savings, 5 to 10k euro or US behind you before you even think about it. Don't be another statistic. People that come out here and they get sucked in the whole hype and then they just go home with their tails between the legs.
Wow, so that's a good analogy.
Yeah.
So thank you very much for your time, Tas. I wish you all the best.
Thank you.